Over the years, industry-academia relationship, I don't think has worked. I don't think it has worked because I think universities have done things on their own, professors have done things on their own, and students and the pedagogy has gone on its own stream. So I think it's extremely important. Why does a student come to your university? One is the technical knowledge or the skills, but more important, he or she wants a clear outcome. If you want a clear outcome, you need to work with industry. So I would say each university must work with many people in various industries so that their professors get to do research, number one. Number two, their students get good internship program. Number three, you get good visiting faculty or guest lectures from industry to come and teach. I think that two-way process is what will make it work. I think both have been insular. Okay, whenever I've spoken about this, all universities say, we approach, but nobody responds, etc. But the fact is, you need to find like-minded people. If you find like-minded people who are interested in helping academia, then I think the industry relationship will flourish. I believe that any educational institution rests on three great things. One is great faculty. Two is great students. And the third is great outcomes, whether they are placements for a job or higher education or going abroad for something, whatever you define that as, whatever the student defines that as. So I think every university must start by getting the very best faculty they can get. When the very best faculty come, then industry will want to work with them. See, industry could have a feeling, I'm saying could have a feeling that we know more than the faculty, which is a dangerous thing. See, the faculty has to know its concepts and the future very well. So when you have great faculty, you will see much better interaction. For example, you take the American management school system as an example. So as long as Peter Drucker was there in Santa Clara had a lot of research and a lot of traction. Similarly with Nitin Noria, Shrikant Datar in the Harvard Business School. So it starts by having rock star faculty. Okay, when you have rock star faculty, the university gets respect. The transdisciplinary is I have the ability to choose between a range of options. I'm not defined by where I started. So suppose you say, I'm coming in to do a Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts, then you're not forcing me to just only do that. As long as it is permitted, within the rules of the NEP, I can pick other things which are of interest to me and still graduate with a Bachelor of Art in Liberal Arts. I think that is what is transdisciplinary. Transdisciplinary also exposes people to different ways of thinking, and it's not just one way of doing things or one way of thinking. So I'm a great advocate of that, and I personally believe that students and industry will benefit from it, because the problems we should see today have to be solved in a transdisciplinary manner and not in a unidisciplinary manner. The most important one is adaptability. The fact that I'm doing arts, but I go and pick an engineering design course, or I'm doing engineering, I go and pick a wellness course from the medical school. So that shows adaptability, that shows curiosity. That shows willingness to think of another discipline as being important over and above your base discipline. I think all three of them will come in handy in industry, because we in industry want people who are adaptable, who are curious, who are constant learners. I think those days have changed. Today's youngsters are very different. In the old days, we used to define things like you're good in physics, chemistry, maths, you went to engineering, you had biology leaning, you went into medicine, things like that. Those days are different. Today's youngsters, right from school, today AI is being taught in school. So it's become a foundational technical skill for them. Okay, so I think today's youngsters are willing to try a lot more to see if something excites them, because they're on this constant journey of self-discovery. So they want to try new things. Okay, whether it's new cuisine, new friends, new travel, new destinations, they're into that a lot more. They experiment a lot more. So I think that's what will, play to it. I don't think the old dogma of you just do this and nothing else will work. Today, data is a commodity. Today, what is important is insight. You cannot get insight without being really curious, transdisciplinary, and learning about different things. So insights can come from anywhere. So I think today's youngsters, for example, they're not into the rote method of learning. So it is not mugging up 2 into 2 is 4, 2 into 5 is 10, etc. No. They're asking themselves, what does this mean? How can I apply it? And that application is all about the insights that they are dreaming up in their heads. So I think that's a very important. I think AI will have a severe impact on jobs. It already is. Last year, America lost 1.1 million jobs. Okay. To put it in perspective, America's total manufacturing base is 11.3 million. Okay, 1.1 million was lost just because of AI. I think AI will take away any job which summarizes something. AI will take away any job which does basic grunge work, putting a lot of stuff together, data crunching, etc. It will take that away. AI will take away a number of middle management jobs. Okay. So my prediction is in the next 18 to 24 months, AI will take away about 25% of jobs. Okay. Now, what's the challenge with that? The challenge with that is a lot of industry and companies, they're not hiring freshers. They're saying, okay, let Shruti work somewhere for 2 years and then I will hire. So we are not investing the way we should in young graduates. Internships are not happening. So I think that is a push that between society, government, industry and academia, we need to push that a lot more. Next is the structure of the organization is going to change. The organization has classically been a pyramid where a few people sit at the top and a mass sit here. With AI, I believe it will be more like a spindle, where few junior managers, only where customer facing or really, absolutely statutory requirements are needed. Everything else is outsourced to technology, and then the middle management, whatever it is, takes over. But whatever AI does, AI cannot do 3 things. AI cannot do judgment for you. AI cannot do decision making for you. AI cannot choose your people. These are fundamental skills. And I think universities must teach these. Like for example, people said internet when it came, okay, can you trust the internet and its information? Can you trust Wikipedia and its information? I think you will see more and more regulation coming in. And you make a very fundamental point, which is consumers finally trust institutions. They don't trust an app. They trust institutions. So the AI world will get regulated by almost every country. And if you're using AI, I think you should self-regulate how you will work with AI. And I think that will be a good thing. Anywhere you have large databases, I think, otherwise when you have large databases, students pore over the data for a week, for 2 weeks, etc. Imagine PhD research students. Okay, they take tons of data, 100,000 data points, 200,000 data points, etc. I think data and crunching the data and building a hypothesis based on the data is a very good thing for you to push in the university. So whatever the student does, anything which involves data, ask them to develop hypothesis based on the results of the data and how the crunching of the data happens. So I think wherever there are large databases, we typically have in industry large databases in the consumer level, in the customer level, at the employee level, at the vendor or supplier level, okay, and at a competitor level, and sometimes at an ecosystem level. So each of those databases, okay, if you can crunch them and then as a student say, if you're giving a student a project, suppose you're giving a student a project about, let's take cars. So, okay, look at car industry, look at tire industry, look at something else, and draw the correlations and see how it works. I think that kind of thinking, if you can bring in, because AI will help the student do that. In the past, the student would say, ma'am, as it is, cars is, full-time project. Why are you asking me to do the ecosystem? Tomorrow, they will not say that. So I think you can develop breadth of thinking by pushing AI. It is changing. In fact, last year, if I remember my data right, LinkedIn, I think, had an 85% increase in job postings which said degree not needed. Maybe the base was small, don't know. Okay, 85. So I think today people are looking for skills. Take for example, AI as a thing. Is there a degree in AI? Not there, anywhere. So I think the World Economic Forum said it well. They said from 2020, 42% of the skills which are in 2020 have disappeared in 2025. And 39% of the skills of 2025 will disappear by 2030. They said there are 3 skills which are important for a future world: complex problem solving, creativity, and critical thinking. To that, I add 2 soft skills: collaboration and communication. I think focusing on these skills is very important. Today, I think industry is at a stage when we hire for soft skills and train for hard skills. In the past, we hired for hard skills, which was a degree, which was a mark, and trained for soft skills. I think that's changing.